It is time for the three-man basketball league all-star game right here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. 6 of the best in the league square off in a 3-on-3 battle. The team's set, of course, by the East and West for next season in terms of the geographic regions for these teams. So first, let's introduce your East All-Stars, starting at point guard from the New York Ringers. Averaging 8 points a game this season, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. It is Shane Ty. At the wing, from the Orlando Crossovers, averaging 7 points and 9 rebounds a game, leading the league in rebounding, it's Alan McCarthy. And then, at the big man, it is from the Atlanta defense, averaging 7 points, 6 boards a game, 28 for 38 shooting so far this year, Noah Bilgrave. Now to the West, from the Rebounders, the San Diego Rebounders next year, averaging 8 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, a league-leading 4 two-pointers this year, Axel Rocha. At the shooter position, it is from the Ballers, the Chicago Ballers, Hippo Smooth, averaging 7 points and 9 rebounds a game. And then, at the big, from the Cleveland Rainmakers, averaging 9 points, 8 boards a game, it is Brandon Big Fella Cox. Those are your all-stars. Of course, the 3 positions, the point guard, the shooter, and the big. So, we'll be back in a moment for the start of the game here on WUB Network. So we are just a few moments away from the All-Star game. Same rules as any other game, just I'm not expecting as much defense from either of these teams. Expecting more of just shooting and trying to boost your statistics and see who is your all-star MVP. And of course, many different uniforms in this one, but it'll be pretty easy to understand. You'll have 3 guys in white uniforms and 3 are all in different shades of red. Unfortunately for the 3 Musketeers and the Atomic Threes, they kind of get screwed out of having all-stars as there's only 6 from the 8 teams. The All-Star format will probably change next year with the addition of the 4 new teams that were announced. So anyway, let's get this one going. Here we go. It is the All-Star game in the 3-man basketball league. You see the players conversing. First, Shane Ty, Noah Bilgrave, and Alan McCarthy and the East All-Stars. Battling Big Fella, Hippo Smooth, Axel Rocha, and the West All-Stars. Playing to 21, like I said, as always, West start with the ball. Noah Bilgrave gives it to Axel Rocha, and we are underway in the first ever 3-man basketball league all-star game. Axel Rocha inside, and Big Fella with the easy shot to get this one going. It's 1-0. Now here's Shane Ty. Ty's had a couple great games in a row. Can't hit there. Bilgrave tried for the putback slam, but couldn't get to the ball. That's the first example of guys trying to showcase their own personal skills in order to win an all-star game MVP. Hippo Smooth, a great move on McCarthy, and he finishes, and the West jumps out to an early 2-0 lead. Now back to Shane Ty and the Ringers. They have gotten to 500, now tied with the Rainmakers for the final playoff spot halfway through the season. Shane Ty, a big reason why, and they've won against unbeaten teams back-to-back weeks. Ty draws some contact on Rocha. Rocha's first, and he'll take it back. And Ty's had the game with 3 two-pointers. He's been a big factor. Noah Bilgrave out on the wing, but he's going to try to get back inside. Now out to Shane Ty, right side. Ty makes a move inside. Shot up too strong, and Big Fella comes out of that scrum with the rebound. Brandon Big Fella Cox, at his worst game of the season in Week 4, was held silent, it seemed. in the Rainmakers' loss to the Crossovers, as Axel Rocha makes it 3-0. 8 points, but just 5 rebounds. I mean, 8 points is a small amount for him, a big amount for probably about 80% of the league. Big fella has really established himself, though, as the premier player in the league and the face of the three-man basketball league. But a costly play there as Alan McCarthy steps out of bounds. He's been having some trouble early in this one, and the West can jump out to a 4-0 lead here. How ironic would it be? Because, of course, in the NBA, they talk about the big disparity between the East and the West right now having so much more talent. How about the three-man basketball league? Could that be a possibility? As Rocha rejected, big fella loses the ball, that's out of bounds, and the East will get it. Do the West have more overall talent? It is the East that has the unbeaten team, as Shane Ty blocked and Rocha comes up with it and nails one off to the back iron to make it a 4-0 game. So they do have the Crossovers, and they've got the Ringers, but they do have two very less than stellar teams, as Noah Bilgrave gets the first bucket for the East, and I'm talking about the Three Musketeers and the defense, who have both struggled mightily this year. Rocha double-teamed inside, can't finish on the finger roll, rebound Noah Bilgrave. The West, other than the Atomic Threes, they've got three very solid teams, all of which could be in the postseason, being the Rebounders, Ballers, and Rainmakers. Shane Ty fadeaway jumper, a little too much oomph, rebound taken in by Rocha. Here's Axel Rocha, spin move inside, hippo smooth, short rebound Noah Bilgrave. Bilgrave fires it out to Shane Ty. Shane Ty, McCarthy hits. You heard me mention it when I was introducing the players, the position titles that aren't really talked about that much, as Rocha can't hit that off-balance jumper. The point guard, the shooter, and the big are the names, as the big can't finish, but the big Noah Bilgrave can hit that one. So now 3 unanswered for the East, and they made it a 1-point game. So back to what I was saying, nobody really talks about it much, especially since you can have a lot of different things at that middle. You need a big, you need someone small who's fast and can bring up the ball and can shoot. But you know, there are some teams that have guys as small as Fisher G, and then other teams that have guys as big as Hippo Smooth and McCarthy as the shooter. And then you've got things right down the middle, like Zachary Middleton, Nick Pochia. That is the one very flexible position. And then again, more of a small forward body, or a wing body that Leroy Tyler has, and he plays point guard in an unbeaten team, so seems like height is key. Noah Bilgrave has taken a lot of shots, not as accurate as he usually is. He's already missed, I believe, 4, as Hippo Smooth throws it down. 5-3 your score. Now Shane Ty trying to get around big fella, get some space, shot from the elbow is good. And it's 5-4. West up 1. Here's Axel Rocha, who's had a very, very strong year. As we said, leads the league in 2-point shooting at 4 of 7 from the great beyond this year. There's big fella. Big fella, bad pass. It ends up going right back to him, and he finishes. Maybe that was good that it came back to him, because that pass would have been to Hippo Smooth, who was doubled in the corner. So a 2-point lead, 6-4 for the West. But Shane Ty looking to change that. Finger roll can hit, rebound Hippo Smooth. Hippo's had a great year on the scoring end, the rebounding end, and defensively. Definitely the big showcase player on the Ballers. He and Logan Drayling make a great pairing, making them a big threat headed into the postseason. As big fella hits that, it's a 3-point game. Now Shane Ty, long jumper, hits again. Shane Ty's looked good so far. 7-5. Axel Rocha finds Hippo Smooth. Smooth can hit, rebound Bilgrave. So there has been an announcement also that we're going to make now, and we'll make it more public in the Week 5 recap if you just watched that and you're not watching this right now. But there has been an announcement of the off-season awards that will be awarded at the end of the season. Someone was asking about it as Shane Tai hits to make it 7-6. So, of course, MVP is the top one, most valuable player. As a foul is called, there will be an award for Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Best Teammate, so either in terms of assisting or just being a good player, showing respect on the court as Big Fella stripped by Alan McCarthy. And then there will be 3 other awards for Best Big, Best Point, Best Wing. And anyone can win multiple of those awards. And the channels of the people who signed up for these players will get shoutouts if their player wins an award. So those will be the 7. As Bill Grave, finger roll is good. Tie game at 7. So Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, Best Teammate, and then Best Big, Best Wing, Best Point. And those are the 7 awards. And of course this All-Star Game MVP. As Axel Rocha hits the spinning jumper over Bill Grave, attention focuses back to this All-Star game as the West leads the East 8-7. Shane Tai, contact from Big Fella, and since it didn't have to be taken back, Hippo Smooth just threw that one down. 9-7 your score. Shane Tai spin move, shot over Big Fella's circus shot does not go, and Cox corrals it. Takes it back himself, now he finds Axel Rocha. Rocha dribbles behind the back, guarded Bill Grave. Cox a little open in the corner. Trying to penetrate, and he is pushed out of bounds, and the East will take over. Sloppy play there from Big Fella. Now here's Shane Tai. Tai behind the back. That was a nifty little pass there to McCarthy. Now here's Tai. Loses the ball, and Big Fella comes up with it, and both big men come crashing down. He and Bill Grave both fell together in synchrony. That was kind of interesting. 10-7 your score. Here's Bill Grave backing in on Axel Rocha. How about that height mismatch? Almost 1.5 feet. Now he finds McCarthy. Rocha, second shortest player in the league out of the 24. Only ahead of Fisher G, of course, the most vertically challenged player at 5'6". Rocha just 3 inches ahead in the bank of him. As Smooth finishes, 3-point lead for the West, now 11-8. The East trying to storm back. Here's Shane Tai, guarded by Big Fella. Finds Bill Grave, who thought about it too. That would have been interesting. Bill Grave shoots it out to Shane Tai. Shane Tai backs in on Rocha. Shot does not go off the front of the rim. Rebound Hippo Smooth. Here's Big Fella with the ball. Big Fella finds Axel Rocha. Rocha pass. Big Fella fakes. Now finds Hippo Smooth. Hippo Smooth backs in. Gets stopped. Alan McCarthy in his way. Big Fella. Axel Rocha moving the ball around well of the West. Big Fella fires other side of the court. Hippo Smooth back to him. Cox zips one over. It's Axel Rocha. Rocha shot. No good. Rebound Hippo Smooth, who cleans up the mess. 4-point lead for the West. 12-8. So if you didn't see the 4 teams that are coming to the league, as Shane Tai sends Big Fella to the ground for the 2nd time in this one. To the East, we'll add the Baltimore Bounce and the Philadelphia Trio, as Big Fella makes a nice move and makes it a 4-point game again. The West will add the Houston Hustle and the Phoenix Flames. And those along with these 8 will be the 12 teams in season number 2 of the league, starting in probably late May / early June of 2018. As Alan McCarthy hits an off-balance one off the backboard, making it 14-10. Now here's Axel Rocha with the ball. Rocha finds Big Fella. Big Fella backs in, stripped by Shane Ty off the knee of Hippo Smooth. And the East take over. Here's Shane Ty with the ball. Ty, shot, not good. Rebound, Big Fella. Big Fella inside, Smooth with the slam. 15-10 your score. Shane Ty, shot over Big Fella, no. Ty, second chance, short. Rebound, Axel Rocha, who fires it out, Hippo Smooth. Smooth has been strong all game so far. Much stronger than his brother AC has been with the Three Musketeers this year. Big Fella, stripped out of bounds. It'll be the East's ball. While we have a moment, let's look at your statistics so far so you can start formulating who you think is going to end up being the MVP of this one. You see 4 for 17 for Shane Ty. His 2 teammates combined are 6 for 8. Needs to spread the ball around a little bit. Hippo Smooth, 6 points, 5 boards. But the man, I know he's got the 5 turnovers, but 6 for 7. He's got the 6 points, 4 boards, an assist, a steal, and 4 blocks. Does Big Fella. Rocha's also gotten the ball around pretty well today, too. But it all depends also on if the East can get back into this one down by 5. But this is a resilient team, and Alan McCarthy hits. Alan McCarthy has never lost a game in the 3-man basketball league, being that all 4 of his games have been wins with the crossovers. Here's Rocha, rejected right into the hands of Bilgrave, but he can't hit. Shane Ty, though, is going to tap it in, and just like that, it's a 3-point game again. Rocha spin move inside. Big Fella finishes. 16-12. Shane Ty, shot. Gets it to go. He's hit a couple in a row. 6 points now for Shane. 16-13. Here's Rocha. Rocha, long jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Smooth. No, now Big Fella gets an opportunity. That's swatted away. Bilgrave finds McCarthy left side. Alan McCarthy backs in. Nice move, and he throws it down. McCarthy, 16-14. Now here's Axel Rocha. Rocha gets inside. Pass. Out of bounds. West will retain possession. Leading by 2. 5 points from an all-star game victory. Big Fella can't hit, though. Rebound, Noah Bilgrave. Bilgrave passes. It's Alan McCarthy. McCarthy spin move. Shot up is no good. The other award I forgot to tell you that there will be an all-TMBL first team and an all-TMBL second team. They'll just do 2, being that there's only 24 players in the league. So it'll be 6 of the 24 get elected. Right now, chances would be that it would be these 6 All-Stars. The question is, who gets first, who gets second? It's not an East first team and West first team, it would just be overall in the league, as Rocha sinks a jumper from the right side. Pretty long one, showing his long-distance skills. That was close to the 2-point line, stripped and stolen. Hippo Smooth, who finishes. 2 quick points for the West. And now 18-14, 3 points away from putting away the East here in the All-Star game. But McCarthy says, hold on one moment, hold on to your horses, as he throws it down viciously with the left hand. 18-15, now here's Axel Rocha. Rocha with the ball. Finds Big Fella. Big Fella finds Smooth inside. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Shane Ty. Shane Ty trying to get in on big fella. Swings it out McCarthy, who steps out of bounds. West take over. 3 points from the victory. Rocha spin move, and he throws it down with the left hand. My goodness. Look at this move on Shane Ty. And Rocha, strong, 5'9", but he can still dunk it. He can still get his hops up there. 19-15, now here's Shane Ty. Ty finds McCarthy right side. Bounce pass inside Bilgrave. Bilgrave shot blocked. Cox who throws it down. 20-15. 1 point away from an All-Star Game victory for the West. Shane Ty with the ball. Ty pass inside McCarthy. McCarthy backs in. Hook shot. No good. Rebound Hippo Smooth. Out to Rocha. Rocha backs up. Rocha moves and throws it down with the left hand again. And the West beats the East in the first ever 3-man basketball league All-Star Game. And now we'll have to see who is named your All-Star Game most valuable player. It's going to be one of the players from the winning team. So first, let's just look at your statistics for these guys. Like we said, 6 for 19 for Shane Ty. 6, 3, and 5 in a block. Not a great showing for the man who's been really strong the last couple weeks. 6 and then 1 of just about everything for Alan McCarthy. 3 points, 9 boards for Noah Bilgrave. Not as accurate as usual, just 3 for 7 shooting. And we are getting word that big fella has won the All-Star Game MVP. 8 points, 7 boards, an assist, a steal, 5 blocks. 5 turnovers, 8 for 11 shooting. But everyone's strong. 7 points and 7 boards from Hippo Smooth, and 6, 5, and 6 from Axel Rocha. So big fella, your MVP, as the West defeats the East 21-15. We hope you enjoyed. We'll have some Week 5 broadcast coming soon right here on WUB Network. I'm Eddie Kalegi. We'll see you next time.